Okay, Todd's just gonna make it live, and you're all set to go.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. This is Council President Stacy Kelly. Today's Tuesday, November 24th. We're ready to begin our council meeting at 7:29 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mayor Biassiata.
Here.
Director Flop Pignatello.
Here.
Director of Finance Petruniak. Mr. Petruniak, are you here? Councilman at Large Elliott.
Here.
Councilwoman at Large Kelly.
Here.
Councilman at Large Koyu.
Here.
Ward 1 Councilman Kuriasis.
Here.
Ward 2 Councilman Martin.
Here.
Ward 3 Councilman Snitsky.
Here.
Ward 4 Councilman Delaquila.
Here.
Director of Public Service and Properties Johnson.
Here.
Building Commissioner Grassi.
Present.
And Engineer Collins.
Here.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda. A motion to waive 24 hours required for ordinance number 87-2020, an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement for the sanitary and storm sewer maintenance on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with the county of Cuyahoga, on behalf of Cuyahoga County Department of Public Works, for the purpose of retaining the county to perform certain services relative to the city's sewers as determined from time to time to further advance the city's sanitary and storm sewer maintenance program as part of the county sewer district number 2, appropriating an amount not to exceed $400,000 and declaring an emergency, and to amend the agenda by entering ordinance number 87-2020 onto the agenda as item number 9H1 as an emergency measure. Can I have a second?
Martin, second.
Roll call, please.
Delaquila.
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Kuriasis.
Yes.
Koyu.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 87-2020 has been approved for tonight's agenda. To be placed on tonight's agenda, I should say. We'll now have the reading and disposal of the journal.
Madam President,
Councilman Koyu.
having read the minutes of the regular meeting of September 29th, 2020, I find no errors or omission, and I therefore move to accept the minutes as submitted.
Roll call.
Second.
Roll call.
Delaquila.
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes.
Ellie.
Yes.
Kuriasis.
Yes.
Koyu.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
The minutes for the regular council meeting held on September 29th, 2020 have been approved. There are no submissions this evening for the consent agenda. Moving on to, are there any resolutions of accommodation this evening?
There are none.
Thank you. Reports of committees. We'll hear from Planning, Zoning, and Economic Development.
Yes, this is Councilman Snitsky. Planning, Zoning, and Economic Development's meeting was tonight. The next meeting is 12/29.
Thank you, Councilman Snitsky. Public Works.
Thank you, Madam President. The last meeting of Public Works was November 10th, and the next meeting will be December 15th, and the minutes are on file with the Clerk of Council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Coolio. Community Services?
Thank you, Madam President. This is Councilman Curriasis. Community Services last met on November 10th. Minutes are pending, and the next meeting is December 15th. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Curriasis. Police and Safety?
Thank you, Madam President. The meeting minutes are on file with the clerk from 11:10. The next meeting will be held on December 15th.
Thank you, Councilman Elliott. Parks and Recreation?
Council President, Councilman Martin, we had our last Parks and Rec meeting this evening. The minutes have been filed, and the next meeting is December 22nd of this year.
Thank you, Councilman Martin. Rules, Ordinances, and Ethics?
Thank you, Madam President. The last meeting of the Rules Committee was this evening. The minutes are in process. Our next meeting is December 22nd.
Thank you, Councilman Delaquila. Finance, Civil Service, and Personnel, our last meeting was on November 10th. The minutes are on file with the clerk, and the next meeting is December 15th. Mayor, do we have any appointments or confirmations this evening?
This is Mayor Biassiata, no appointments.
Thank you. Council Clerk, any communications, petitions, or claims? Carol?
I'm sorry, there are none.
Thank you. Moving on to ordinances and resolutions, we'll now have the second reading of ordinance number 79-2020.
Ordinance number 79, 2020, introduced by Mayor Biassiata. Councilpersons Kelly, Elliott, Koyu, Curriasis, Martin, Snitsky, and Delaquila. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a contractual agreement on behalf of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio, with the City of Parma for the purpose of prisoner housing services.
Thank you. We'll now have the second reading of ordinance number 80-2020.
Ordinance number 80, 2020, introduced by Mayor Biassiata and Councilpersons Kelly, Elliott, Koyu, Curriasis, Martin, Snitsky, and Delaquila. An ordinance authorizing public health services agreement with the Cog County Board of Health for the purpose of providing public health services for the period covering January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021.
Thank you. We'll now have the second reading of ordinance number 81-2020.
Ordinance number 81, 2020, introduced by Mayor Biassiata and Councilpersons Kelly, Elliott, Koyu, Curriasis, Martin, Snitsky, and Delaquila. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an appraisal agreement on behalf of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio, with Industrial Appraisal Company for the purpose of preparing a tabulated schedule of fixed assets, including a depreciation study to conform with requirements of GASB 34 as it pertains to depreciation and appropriating an amount not to exceed $5,875 for said service.
Thank you. We'll now have the second reading of amended ordinance number 82-2020.
Amended ordinance number 82, 2020, introduced by Mayor Biassiata. Councilpersons Kelly, Elliott, Koyu, Curriasis, Martin, Snitsky, and Delaquila. An ordinance to amend section 707.03, Master Street Tree Plan adopted, as contained in Title I, Streets and Sidewalks of Part 7, Streets and Public Services Code of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Seven Hills, for the purpose of allowing the Service Director to use funds from the Tree Fund to plant trees in the city right-of-way.
Thank you. We'll now have the first reading of ordinance number 83-2020.
Madam President,
Councilman Elliott.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance
number 83-2020 by title only for its first and final reading.
Martin seconds.
Roll call. Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin, Snitsky.
Yes.
Ordinance number 83, 2020, introduced by Mayor Biassiata and councilpersons Kelly, Elliott, Koyu, Curriasis, Martin, Snitsky, and Delaquilla. An ordinance to appropriate an additional sum of $280 payable to James G. Zupka CPA Incorporated for the purpose of performing professional accounting services, which includes but is not limited to providing fund financial statements and the preparation of financial statements for the fiscal period ending December 31st, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023 as a change order to ordinance number 4, 2020, passed by council January 28, 2020, which authorized an initial amount not to exceed $99,300 for said service and declaring an emergency.
Is there a further motion?
Madam President,
Councilman Elliott.
I move that we approve the emergency clause found in the last section of ordinance number 83-2020.
Martin seconds.
Roll call.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Is there a further motion?
Madam President,
Councilman Elliott.
I move that we pass ordinance 83-2020 as an emergency measure.
Martin seconds.
Roll call.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes. Here, 84-2020.
Madam President,
Councilman Curriasis.
I move to suspend the rules of council and read ordinance number 84-2020 by title only for its first and final reading.
Second the motion, Councilman Snitsky.
Roll call.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Ordinance number 84, 2020, introduced by Mayor Biassiata and councilpersons Kelly, Elliott, Koyu, Curriasis, Martin, Snitsky, and Delaquilla. An ordinance to appropriate the sum of $4,750 payable to Squire Patton Boggs, LLP, for professional legal services rendered as disclosure counsel to the city in connection with the preparation and filing of the city's annual information filing for fiscal year 2019 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a further motion?
Madam President,
Councilman Curriasis.
I move to approve the emergency clause in section 3 of this ordinance.
Councilman Snitsky, second the motion.
Roll call.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes. Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Is there a further motion?
Madam President,
Councilman Curriasis.
I move that we pass ordinance number 84-2020 as an emergency measure.
I'll
Second the motion.
Roll call.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliot,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Ordinance number 84-2020 has passed. Moving on to ordinance number 85-2020, I'd like to make a motion to amend this ordinance to remove the verbiage "with current energy" and replace that with IGS Energy. They will handle that is, IGS Energy is for 15 facilities. And add also AEP Energy, that is for pole lighting in the city, and also add Freeport Energy, which is for the rec center. Can I get a second, please?
Martin, second. Councilman Cooley, you'll second that.
Okay, I heard Councilman Martin first, I'm sorry. Okay. Roll call, please.
Council President Kelly, I would suggest that you add on that a motion to amend that the attachments that are currently on that ordinance be replaced by the revised contracts that were submitted.
Okay. In addition to, in addition to my motion to amend, I will also request that the new contracts be added to amended ordinance 85-2020, and it also reflects a savings of $19,450. Can I get we'll go ahead and have a second for that amendment?
Martin, second.
Thank you. Okay, roll call, please.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliot,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Okay, we have amended ordinance number 85-2020. We'll now have the first reading of that. Amended ordinance 85-2020.
Madam
Go ahead,
President,
John. Councilman Cooley.
I move to suspend the rules of council and read amended ordinance 85-2020 by title only for its first and final reading.
Elliot, second.
Roll call.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliot,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Okay, amended ordinance number 85, 2020, introduced by Mayor Biassiata and councilpersons Kelly, Elliott, Koyu, Curriasis, Martin, Snitsky, and Delaquilla. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a 3-year electric supply agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with IGS Energy, AEP Energy, and Freeport Energy for the purpose of receiving competitive energy rates for electric supply for city buildings and outdoor lighting and declaring an emergency.
Is there a further motion?
Madam President,
Councilman Cooley.
I move to approve the emergency clause in Section 4 of the amended ordinance 85-2020.
Elliot, second.
Roll call.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliot,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Is there a further motion?
Madam President,
Councilman Kuya.
I move to pass amended ordinance number 85-2020 as an emergency measure.
Elliott, second.
Roll call?
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Amended ordinance number 85-2020 has passed. We'll now have the first reading of ordinance number 86-2020.
Ordinance number 86, 2020, introduced by Mayor Biassiata and councilpersons Kelly, Elliott, Koyu, Curriasis, Martin, Snitsky, and Delaquilla. An ordinance to amend section 331.38G1, stopping for school bus, discharging children, as contained in chapter 331, operation generally of Title V vehicles of Part 3 Traffic Code of the codified ordinances of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio, for the purpose of amending the penalty provisions.
Thank you. We'll now have the first reading of ordinance number 87-2020. I move to suspend the rules of council and read ordinance number 87-2020 by title only for its first and final reading. Can I get a second?
Snitsky, second the motion.
Roll call?
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Ordinance number 87, 2020, introduced by Mayor Biassiata and councilpersons Kelly, Elliott, Koyu, Curriasis, Martin, Snitsky, and Delaquilla. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement for sanitary and storm sewer maintenance on behalf of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio, with the County of Cuyahoga on behalf of the Cuyahoga County Department of Public Works for the purpose of retaining the county to perform certain services related or relative to the city's sewers as determined from time to time to further advance the city's sanitary and storm sewer maintenance program as part of the County Sewer District Number 2, appropriating an amount not to exceed $400,000 and declaring an emergency.
I move to approve the emergency clause in the last section of the ordinance.
Second the motion.
Roll call?
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
I move to pass ordinance number 87-2020 as an emergency measure.
Madam Chairman,
Motion.
point of order.
Point of order has been
Pignatello,
called. Yes, Law Director.
do we need to waive the 24-hour delivery requirement? I'm not sure when you got this, but I don't have it. I know you made the motion to the agenda, but I don't know when council received this ordinance.
I made the motion at the beginning of our meeting.
And waive the 24-hour rule?
I did, yes.
Okay, I missed it. Never mind.
Carol, you do have that documented, correct?
Yes, you did waive.
Okay.
Council President,
No,
Mayor Biassiata,
Mayor, go ahead, please.
I will also affirm that in the beginning of the meeting, you made the motion to waive the 24-hour delivery requirement
for ordinance 87, 2020, the beginning of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm not sure where we left off, but
I'm ready to call the roll. We had a motion and a second to pass. Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Ordinance number 87-2020 has passed. We'll now have the first reading of resolution number 30-2020.
Council President Kelly, Norman Martin.
Councilman Martin, go ahead, please.
Yes, I move to suspend the rules of council and read ordinance 30-2020 by title only for its first and final reading.
Curriasis, second.
Roll call.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Resolution number 30, 2020, introduced by Mayor Biassiata and councilpersons Kelly, Elliott, Koyu, Curriasis, Martin, Snitsky, and Delaquilla. A resolution encouraging the citizens of the city of Seven Hills to wear face masks to help stop the spread of COVID-19 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a further motion?
Council President Kelly, Councilman Martin.
Councilman Martin.
Yes, I move to approve the emergency clause in section 2 of the ordinance.
Curriasis, second.
Roll call.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Is there a further motion?
Council President Kelly, yes. Councilman Martin, I move that we pass ordinance number 30-2020 as an emergency measure. And as a note, obviously, the community has faced COVID issues for the last 9 months. And there's obviously some of us have been ringing the alarm bell for quite a while time. It's unfortunately the mathematics is catching up with us, and we really need to have everyone heed our resolution from council at this time that it's time to help our neighbors. Thank you.
Curriasis, second.
Roll call.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Resolution number 30-2020 has been adopted. Moving on to reports and communications from the Mayor/Safety Director.
Thank you, Madam President. This is Mayor Biassiata. First this evening, I'd like to wish the residents of Seven Hills a happy Thanksgiving and a safe one. I know this year has presented challenges in many ways, and we may not be celebrating Thanksgiving in a way that we have traditionally become accustomed to, but there's still so much to give thanks for, that we are all still here, and we have family and friends to miss on Thanksgiving if we're not with them. That's still something to be thankful for. I'd like to thank Council tonight for a heavier load than normal in getting through this. Some very important things for the future of the city were addressed this evening. Next, I'd like to give a couple real quick financial updates. A month or so ago, we refinanced some notes, 3.75 million in city notes to a new lower rate, and the great news to our taxpayers, that resulted in an annual savings of $111,000. So good news on that front. Recently, we did some high-level forecasting here in City Hall, which helps us plan ahead. And based upon the September numbers when we started our forecast, and comparing to last year, our city revenues, $400,000 lower in municipal income tax, approximately $100,000 lower in property tax, and approximately $350,000 lower than last year in lower fees resulting from the period of time our recreation center was closed. Now, the good news, those losses were completely offset by the funds provided by the Federal CARES Act and the State of Ohio BWC rebates. We are projecting the CARES Act on an annual basis for 2020 to bring in additional revenue of $774,000, and our projected Bureau of Worker Comp rebate for 2020, $717,000. Once again, everyone have a safe Thanksgiving. I ask all the residents to at least do one thing that they wouldn't do normally out of respect for the COVID crisis. One less trip, one less visit, and let's help flatten this curve because our local hospital it has been overwhelmed. In a 2-week period, we don't have this week's data in Parma UH, just in 2 weeks, a 400% increase in COVID patients, of which about a quarter of those are in intensive care. So let's be respectful for those suffering, and certainly let's be respectful for the doctors and nurses and the aides in the hospital that are tasked with this heavy workload. Let's flatten that curve a little more. Thank you, Council President, for this time.
Thank you, Mayor. Reports from the directors of departments and other officials. We'll begin with the Director of Finance, Rich Petruniak.
Thank you, Madam President. This is Finance Director Petruniak. I do not have a formal report this evening, but just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and be safe and have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. You as well. Director of Law, Richard Pignatello.
Yes, he's here.
Are you there, Rich?
I had you on mute. I have no formal report, but I'd like to wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too. The Director of Public Service and Property, Director Johnson.
No report, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. Our City Engineer, Dan Collins.
Thank you, Madam President. No report this evening, but I just wanted to wish all of Council, the administration, and the residents of Seven Hills and their family a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you. Building Commissioner Grassi.
This is Building Commissioner Grassi. Thank you, Madam President. And good evening. I have a brief update on building department activities since we last met. The Myers project is moving along smoothly. As you drive by, you will see that the construction fencing has been removed from the perimeter of the property. The parking lot surfaces have been paved, sod and landscaping installed, construction trailers removed, site lighting and signage installed. So far, from the outside, the project looks really nice. Plans were submitted to the building department and are being reviewed for the Erie Bank project on Rockside Road. There were no submittals for the December 9th Planning Commission meeting. The Zoning Board of Appeals will meet on Wednesday, December 16th, and there are 3 variance requests on the agenda. And that completes my report. Thank you for your time, and happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thank you, Commissioner Grassi. We'll now go forward with our floor motions, and then we'll follow that up with our council miscellaneous comments.
Okay, this is Councilman Snitsky. I have three floor motions that were approved by the Zoning Board of Appeals. The first one is to concur with the decision of the Zoning Board of November 11, 2020, in granting the variance request of Denise Skiba at 6218 St. Joseph Drive for a variance to ordinance number 1106.02C to allow the replacement of the existing driveway and an extension of that driveway that will be 1 foot off the southerly side yard lot line as shown on the drawings submitted with the application, provided that the application complies with ordinance number 1106.02D. May I get a second?
Second the motion, Delaquila.
Can I get a vote of council?
Delaquila,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly. Yep. Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
The motion for Denise Skiba has been approved. Moving on.
All right. The second variance request is to concur with the decision of the Zoning Board of November 11th, 2020, in granting the variance request of Paul Sambor of 112 Ridgeview Drive for a 2-foot variance to ordinance number 997-02A to keep the existing 2-foot lattice topping and add additional 2-foot lattice topping to the existing 6-foot fence. The fence will be no more than 8 foot high, as described in the information submitted by the applicant. Can I get a second?
Second the motion, Delaquila.
Can I get a roll call vote?
Delaquila,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Floor motion for Paul Sambor has been approved.
And the third variance request from the Zoning Board of Appeals, if there's no division of the question, to concur with the decision of the Zoning Board of November 11, 2020, in granting the variance requests of Stan and Sharon Labuda of 6239 Crossview Road. One is for a 1 foot 4 inch variance to ordinance number 963.02B1 to allow the existing 8 foot by 7 foot enclosed non-fire rated storage shed with an 8 foot by 7 foot open sides to remain 3 foot 6 inches from the side yard lot line as depicted on the submitted drawings, and a 7 foot 2 inch variance to ordinance number 963-02B1 to allow the existing 8 foot by 7 foot enclosed non-fire rated storage shed with an 8 foot by 7 foot open sides to remain 2 foot 8 inches from the habitable dwelling as depicted on the submitted drawings. Can I get a second, please?
Delaquila, second.
And can I get a roll call vote, please?
Delaquila,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Koyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes, and by the way, all of these variance requests were approved unanimously. Madam President, you want me to do my miscellaneouses now?
The floor motion for Stan and Sharon Labuda has been approved. Yes, Councilman Snitsky, if you want to go ahead with your miscellaneous comments, go ahead, please.
Okay. First off, I want everybody to think about the good things that they have going this Thanksgiving. You know, I mean, times is tough right now. There's no two ways about it. But sometimes you got to look over. I mean, I'm not going to see most of my relatives this Thanksgiving. That's tough. But you got to look at what we've really got in this country and what other countries go through. even with the silliness of the election and the COVID thing, I mean, past generations have had it a lot tougher, and other countries have it a lot tougher. So we really need to be thankful for what we have. And one of the things I'm thankful for is the road program. The mayor and the administration need to be commended. It's November, and we're talking about the road program for 2021. This is the earliest in all the years I've been on council that we've done this. And this gives us a great opportunity to get the absolute best paving rates we can possibly get. So I'm thankful for that. All of council and all the people out there that hear me, have a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Snitsky. Miscellaneous comments, Councilman Kuyu.
Thank you, Council President. I just would like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody stays safe. Hope everybody stays well, but I hope everybody enjoys their time with whoever they spend it with. If it's family, that's great. If it's just by themselves or together with the two people, enjoy. Take care.
Thank you, Councilman Kuyu. Councilman Curriasis, miscellaneous.
Oh, thank you, Madam President. I just want to wish all the residents of Seven Hills, the fellow council members, the administration, and all the city workers of Seven Hills a happy Thanksgiving, and everybody stay safe. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Curriasis. Councilman Elliott, miscellaneous comments.
Thank you, Madam President. Pretty much the same thing. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and please keep our police and firemen in your prayers as we go through this tough time. I know it's tough out there right now, and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Elliott. Councilman Delaquilla, miscellaneous comments.
Just happy Thanksgiving, safe Thanksgiving to everybody.
Thank you. Miscellaneous comments, Councilman Martin.
Council President Kelly, Councilman Martin, obviously this is the Thanksgiving season, and we all should be thankful that we can simply do our part to protect ourselves and our neighbors when we're in public. And let's think about others during this surge of the COVID by simply washing our hands, keep a social distance, and wear a mask so it covers both the nose and mouth when in public. It's that easy. Happy Thanksgiving to all.
Thank you, Councilman Martin. This is Council President Kelly. One thing I would like to briefly discuss, I'd like to do our council Christmas give back again this year. Last year was very successful. We had a number of happy residents, and I really appreciated council stepping up and, choosing a senior resident, someone that's, widowed, alone, maybe housebound, to do an act of kindness. So if we could do that again this year, if you have someone in your area, within your ward, or throughout the city that you know of, if you could please do this again. It is voluntary, but last year it was great. I received so many compliments on behalf of our council folks and the great job that they did. It was very well received. If perhaps you don't know who to select, I would encourage you to reach out to Tony Terry and check, if he has any folks in the senior community that would really benefit from this. I think it's a great way to outreach. And, even if it is a handful of people, we're reaching more people and we're doing something kind. So I really do like it and I support this. So if council could please contribute to this, that would be great. I have a public service announcement. Please defrost your turkey if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to do that. And I want to wish everyone a happy and safe Thanksgiving. I have no further comments. If there's no further comments by council or the administration, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn our meeting at 8:13 p.m.
Delaquilla, second.
Delaquilla, second. Roll call, please.
Delaquilla,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Curriasis,
Yes.
Kuyu,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes. Have a great Turkey Day, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Folks, have a good night. Happy Thanksgiving.
Good night.